Uh, nice. Thank you very much. Let me present. So let's go then. Hi, everyone. I'm very glad to be able to talk to you. Unfortunately, I could not be with you all here. I've been traveling too much, so I have to keep my marriage in place. So I'm trying to stay home. But I'm very glad to be able to share with you a little bit about Google's AI stack for developers and what can be built, what's available, how you can build cool stuff with it. And I think there's a lot of possibilities, a lot of options. So I hope we can have a nice conversation today. Uh, One important thing is I work. So Google is a big company. We have all these products, search, Gmail, Docs, Cloud, Android, Chrome, everything. I work specifically in the AI research arm, which is called DeepMind. And so we call it Google DeepMind, and that's where we do the research for all the models and all the cool things we're going to discuss later. And why do we do what we do? And the idea here is we want to make AI helpful for everyone and to enable people to leverage that for their products and to keep pushing that boundary for everyone's good, right? We can do only so much, but the idea is that everyone could be able to help in this journey and build cool stuff. I'm pretty sure you've touched AI somehow, even if you don't know everything else I'm going to say later. But if you use any of Google products, any of them, I guess I would say, has some kind of AI at some point. For example, Gmail has the smart reply. If you use Google Maps and you try to ask for a route, that route is AI created. AI is behind everything. So there's a lot of AI in search, of course, in YouTube for recommendation. There's AI in many places, right? So, but coming back to developer perspective, we from DeepMind have been shipping a lot of stuff. This is a quick view of everything that has shipped from May 24 to May 25th. You can see that there's a lot of stuff that happened. There's not only models, there are applications, there are tools, there are a lot of things. And being 100%, I didn't use all of them, right? I use many of them, but not because there are too many. And sometimes they are beyond my, I don't even use those tools. So the thing is, there's something for everyone here. And that I hope we can share some cool ideas. And I'm not going to spend too much time on boring stuff. I want to go more direct to what we have. So we have the stack for developers with all kinds of options, right? It's not only a model, but of course we have the models, right? We have Gemini, which is our main large language model that will power many of the tools I'm going to show later. And this is our most powerful model. I guess it's one of the most powerful AI models in the planet. You can do basically anything. You can talk to it. It will talk back. You can send images, videos, code, whatever you want, and get summaries, analysis, and all of that. So this is a very cool model. We are going to talk a little bit more in a bit. We have the Gemma models, which are the open models from Google. Sometimes you need more than just a proprietary model like Gemini, and we have the Gemma models to help you with that. We have Imagen Leader in View that I'm going to talk more later. But if you don't want to just use a direct model, you want to build a model, you want to build this from scratch, then there are other options. For example, we have AI frameworks like JAX and Keras that will enable you to build your model from scratch. Of course, nowadays, this we talk less because people are more interested in the first part over there with the models, right? But in the past, I talked a lot about JAX and Keras, how to build a image classifier, how to build a classification system, stuff like that. And in some situations, that's what you have to do, right? So we have the tools to help you. So that's the AI framework. But if you're a developer, you need more than that. You need a platform. And we have a couple of those. Here we have 3 examples. Google AI Studio is where you can go and play with Gemini and Gemma, Imagen, all of them right now. You could just go ai.dev and get to AI Studio. That's our main surface for Gemini models where you find the latest. If you want to do more code related, we have Colab, which is like a Jupyter notebook that we host for you in our VMs. You can get some GPUs for free. So if you want to code something real quick, you just go to Colab and you can do that right there. Colab is like I open that almost every day. If I need to run code real quick, I prefer using Colab than using my machine, to be honest, because Colab has always all the dependencies ready. And on my machine, I don't have time to keep updating everything. So Colab has always things ready. So I like it very much. And if you want to even know more and be around the community of developers, go be around the community of developers, we have Kaggle. Kaggle is a gigantic community of AI developers, and there you can find all kinds of resources for learning. You have data sets, you have models, you have competitions where people try to get the best results for a specific problem. And these competitions are so fun. You learn a lot. There's a forum where you can discuss ideas. It's an amazing place for you to learn. But after you build your thing, you have to be able to deploy this somewhere, and you need an infrastructure. We also provide the infrastructure with TPUs, GPUs, and CPUs, which are the hardware where these models will run. And of course, you have to have a place to deploy that. And the place, well, we have many places, as you can imagine. We have Google Cloud on the cloud over there, where you can just create a service, deploy your model, and go from there. But we can also deploy on the edge, on phones, on the web, on the browser directly. So that we have all of these tools are available to you. Now let's talk a little bit about models. Google, as our main models, our main proprietary models are Gemini. We are in the version 2.5, and they have three sizes: Pro, Flash, and Flashlight. Why do we need three sizes? Because of course Gemini Pro is the best model overall, but of course it's lower. It's a way larger model, so it takes more resource. It's a little bit more expensive than the others. You have, of course, a free tier, but you have to pay after a while. And it's very, very good, but it's a little bit slower. And sometimes you don't need it to be that good. You can work with a less good model, let's say. So it's Flash, which is way faster, cheaper, and can do basically the same thing. But if you're just chatting, create an application, or do something simpler, they're not trying to solve super hard problem, Gemini 2.5 Flash is more than enough. But if you need something that's way faster, we have Flashlight, which is also cheaper and of course a little bit weaker in terms of capabilities, but it's faster. And the idea is, when we say weaker, they're all super strong, they're still large, but the difference is that Pro is way larger, so it takes more resources, it takes longer to process. In a couple of weeks ago, we released a model called, the nickname is Nano Banana, but the name of the model, which people don't say, is Gemini 2.5 Flash for Image. And what it does, you can talk to the model for doing editing of an image, right? So let me show you what I did a couple of weeks ago. This is my dog. She's Luna. And this is a real picture, right? This is an important caveat I have to give you. This is a real picture I took with my camera, right? So talking to Nano Banana, I did some edits on this picture. So I did a couple. Let me share some with you. First, here I asked to be a cartoon watching TV. That's what it did. Again, I gave the image and a prompt: create a version that's cartoonish of her watching TV in the sofa. That's in the middle. The other one is create a vintage one with sepia look of her as a CEO. You can see it over there. And these are generated from one prompt, right? I did want to do more like a classic painting of her relaxing. That's in the middle. Do one of her doing yoga. What's on the right? Of course, is the fun fact is that she's doing the dog. What's the name of dog forward position? There's a name for that, and I didn't ask for that position, of course, but it's fun that forward-facing dog position. That's it. So that's fun that it chose that. And then I did this one. In this one, I say, hey, do make Luna preparing a coffee, right? And I like this one very much. And I like this so much that I went further with it. Wouldn't it be nice if I could make a small animation out of this one, right? Because I like, this is a beautiful one. It's her on her apron doing a coffee. And so what I did is I did this. Let's see if it works. Can you see the video? So this was because my family, I was back from trip. Let me do again. And I wanted to give a gift to my family that they were coming back. I said, let me do an animation of my dog saying, hey, amazing that they're coming back, right? And this is, I started with a real picture. I created a variation of her making a coffee, and then I created this video using the VO3 model. VO3 model is a text to video model where you can prompt whatever you want. It will create a 8 seconds, I guess, video for you. And it's fun because it creates the video and the audio to come with it. It's all of it. So that video just saw for my dog, there's audio. Of course, I put on mute for this, but there's she speaks something. And this enables a lot of creativity, right? You can mock something like this. I did this like in a couple of minutes. You just have to have the idea. You have to want to do something. So VO3 is our image video generation model. I strongly recommend you play with these models. They are super fun. You can play for free right now, ai.dev. You have all of them there. But in some situations, as I mentioned, you need to own the model. You need to have it running on your computer, on your servers, on your region, whatever. And you need a powerful model. And that's why we have our open models, the Gemma family. They are multi-model models that we released last year, and we updated a couple of times this year. This year we have the Gemma 3 version, was launched in March, 4 sizes, and it's one of the best open models available. It has multilinguality, so it can understand 140 languages. It has multimodal, so you can give a text, image, video, and it will understand all of those. And you can, for example, ask questions. Unfortunately, I didn't put a slide for a demo that I have that's so cool. You can send an image and ask for it to translate, to extract information, to help you move further. And of course, it has long context, so you can give a lot of text to discuss stuff with it. Like you can give half a book maybe and ask questions about the book, about papers, about blog posts, whatever you want. You just give to the model. So this is the cool thing about open model. And this can run on your computer, right? I have a old Mac that I have here that I'm presenting. I have the 12B that I run here sometimes. So sometimes I chat directly with the 12B locally. It fits on my computer. It's quite fast. It's fun. Of course, free. I don't pay anything. And it's completely private. So I can make the version I want for myself or for my business. And having a private model, a model that's yours, something that you can own and run on your things, enable cool use cases and enable different things. For example, we released in May a model called MedGemma. MedGemma is a Gemma 3 customized for the healthcare industry. And why does it matter that it's based on Gemma? It matters because the healthcare industry has a lot of regulation in terms of where you send your users' data, how people deal with that, how do you, because it's very private information, right? You wouldn't like to send this to a server somewhere. You would like for this to be on the hospital control, on the doctor side. You don't want this to go to a server and be used for whatever you don't know. So having a open model for healthcare enables a lot of cool things. The example on the video I'm playing again is this is when you get to the hospital, you can talk to an assistant that you try to extract as much information from you and give a better report to a doctor later, so the doctor can have more information. It's a triaging system, right? And this model is available to you, so you can download it on Vertex, Hugging Face. There's the 4B and 27B, so we have the small and the large size. And the idea is you get this model, fine-tune further, and build a healthcare application. We also released a new Gemma 3 version, 3N, and this 3N is a mobile focus version, and this is the model that runs on if you have a new Pixel device or any of the future Samsung devices. This is the model that will run there, right? So Gemma is also an open model, and the proprietary version that runs on phones is called Gemini Nano, which is exactly the same model, and you have access to this also. The main difference this model has from Gemma 3 is that it also can understand audio. So you can give text, image, video, and audio. You can talk to the model, and it will extract whatever you want from the audio, transcribe, translate, all of that. So Gemma 3N is also available. You can download on Hugging Face right now. These are the models, but we also have tools. For example, one tool that we released a couple of month ago was Gemini CLI. And what it does is you can install this locally, and on your command line, you can interact directly to Gemini. You can, for example, give instructions to build an application, to understand your repository locally, to generate an image and a video here, that's as you can see from the cat. It can do anything that you can do on the web. You can do completely local. Some people like this interface, this CLI interface, right? The same place where uh, you're doing a system admin. So some people like it integrates with your computer, so you can, if you allow it, of course, you can ask for the contents of a folder, or summarize docs locally. All of this. So it's a very cool tool. I strongly recommend people play with it. It's fun. I try it sometimes. But of course, our models are more than just in developer tools. They are also for consumers. All these are examples of where Gemini or one of our models somewhere. And I'd like to call out for three examples here. One is Notebook LM. I don't know if you try Notebook LM. Notebook LM is amazing. It's a place where you can just drop a lot of docs and ask questions about them and try to understand their content. So if you're studying something, I did this a couple of times. You get all your resources that you are reading, you put on Notebook LM, and there it helps you understand the subject holistically. You can ask questions. It will create mind maps. It will create a audio overview, which is kind of a podcast of people discussing the topic. It's very good. I strongly recommend you play with Notebook LM. We have Gemini Live, where you can talk directly to Gemini as an assistant. This is very cool. Yesterday I was talking to Gemini Live to ask. Uh, Last week I was in New York. Flight from London to New York takes 7 hours. Flight from New York to London takes 5 hours and a half. And it's a weird, right? Where's this 1 hour and a half going? What happens here? So I was talking to Gemini Live to explain to me why this happens. And it was a very interesting conversation. I'm not going to tell you why. I prefer you go find out and experience the same thing I did. And this is very cool. Of course, we have deep research also on the Gemini app, where you can ask Gemini, I want to learn more about topic. It will go on the web, search, get resource, summarize, search, and keep doing it until it can create a proper report of a topic. This is very good. I like this very much for understanding a topic better, something that is a little bit out of my expertise. And the idea is we are in this new era where AI will be everywhere, available all the time. And it is the moment that some people are afraid, of course, but I think that the best thing to do they can make sure how they can help you in your job, in your school, whatever, and make sure that you understand how they behave. This is quite very important. I would suggest you strongly do that. Uh, and if you can build something, that's also a good moment to start building and understand how things work. And thank you very much. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hi, we are here.
Yes, thank you, Gus. Yes.
That was very
Sorry, there was a delay.
hilarious
I thought I
presentation.
lost you.
Yeah, it's connection issue. Thank you very much, Gus. Request the audience. Do you have some questions regarding the Google's AI in overall or based on the topic?
Yes, please.
Hello, Mr. Sorry. What do you
Gus is fine. Gus is fine.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
What skills do you recommend focusing on if I want to work with AI or cloud?
That's a great question. So, which kind of skills do you need? As of today, the only skill you kind of need is write in a language, right? Express what you want. We got to a point where you can work with AI only by chatting with it and asking questions and maybe building something by prompt. By some people do vibe coding, but that's a way to start. That's a very good start. In the past, I would suggest you learn math and a lot of other more deep stuff. We don't need to start there. You can start right now and learning how to work with the tools. I think that the key is learn how to work with the tools. Start with Notebook LM. It's very, very good. Go there, play a little bit, and start to go deeper and deeper and understand what these tools bring. So I think the main skill now is curiosity. Go and try to learn and build something.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
So someone else? Yes, we have someone as a question.
Hello. You showed us Gemini CLI, yes? And
yes,
they say 100 requests per day, and also it says that it's open source. So can I just copy the code, change it, so unlimited requests?
Oh no! So here it is, right? No. So the Gemini CLI as the tool is open source. You can go and play with that. But when you sign in, you have to put a key there, right? There's a key you have to create. And this key will have like 100 model requests per day. So even if you change the code, the key is associated with your user, so you'll be blocked on the key, right? So you cannot cheat like that.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
But that was a good idea.
Someone else?
More questions?
Yes, we have questions there.
Okay.
So, probably.
Hi, hello. I hope you can hear me. So,
Yes,
you
I can.
mentioned that you can run the open source Gemini models locally in your old MacBook. The problem is I don't have a MacBook, but I have a PC. What are the requirements for the 4B, 12B, 27B models to be run locally on my PC? Like, what kind of GPU would I need? Do I need a 5090 or something smaller with less VRAM would suffice?
That's a good question. So how do we run these models? First of all, I said Mac as an example, but you can run, of course, on any computer. And you can even run without GPUs, right? We have a tool called gemma.cpp where you compile and run the model completely on CPU locally. If you want to run the model, let me see how much memory you need. I have a table with that information that may be able to help you. Give me 1 second, find it here. The table is right here. So if you want to run, here it is. Where is this? Oh. 1 sec, I'm trying to find exactly the numbers for you. Technically, I can't find directly here, but it's on our documentation. You would need, here it is. So let's the 4B, if you want to run the Q4 quantized version, you would need 4 gigabytes of RAM. It's close to 4 billion parameters, right? And that's all you need. So if you have a GPU that has like 4 gigabytes, you can run there. If you want to run the 12B, then you need like 9 gigabytes. And if you want to run the 27, it's 21 gigabytes. Do you need a top end NVIDIA? No, you don't. If you have like a regular GPU with less memory, like 8 gigabytes, you can run the 4B quite well, to be honest. And if you don't have GPUs, you can use gemma.cpp. I guess even Olama and Llama CPP can run on CPU also. So it's quite doable. I strongly recommend you try. It's very, very fun. I talk to the model quite frequently, and it works. So you don't need like high-end computers. It doesn't need to be a Mac. It can be a PC. You can be running Linux, Windows, whatever. So it works.
Thank you very
Questions?
much. So one more.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, we have one more question here.
Hello. What are the possibilities of AI for learning foreign languages? Which of them are best?
That's a great question.
Except of ChatGPT.
Of course. So one thing, Google released some resources to learn new languages using LLMs. I don't have the link on top of my head, but we release resource. That being said, one thing that I do, I'm not native English speaker, right? My natural language, my native language is Portuguese. So sometimes I write something in English and I'm not 100% confident of the quality. So I usually ask, hey, Gemini, help me make this sound better. Because sometimes even the words I would use in the order might be weird from a native speaker perspective. So I just asked Gemini, hey, Gemini, how can I improve this sentence? It doesn't help me learn the language like a teacher would explaining the rules, but to help me fix. That being said, you can ask one thing that I did with Gemma just to try. I asked Gemma in Portuguese to teach me something in Swahili because I wanted to try the multilinguality thing. And he taught me some words, so how to say hi, hello. I don't remember right now, so I cannot say. But I learned some words and some way of doing. So there are tools. I don't think they are as good, of course, as a teacher helping you. That's different. But it will definitely help you studying or evolving by yourself. And that's a good thing about AI, right? Imagine you're in a class and you want to ask a question. Sometimes you don't feel that your question is good enough. You feel that you're not understanding. What AI models help with, and help me already, is like you talk to the model about a topic for a while, asking questions directly. The model never gets tired, so you can keep asking the same question 100 times until you understand better, so you can feel confident to ask your questions to a real person, to a teacher, to someone, to a friend, right? So this is also a tool for helping you coordinate your thoughts and think. So there's many benefits there. I hope I answered a little bit.
Thank you very much.
I think we are running out of time.
Yes, we are already running out of time. We have last question.
Okay, sorry. I want to ask something. Is it true that every AI tool, starting by our prompts in one session, that's why future models become better?
Can you repeat, please?
Every AI model, starting by our prompts and in one session, that's why our future AI models becomes better.
Oh, okay. So that's a kind of. So what happens is when you start a conversation, you send your message, you get the model's response, and then you send another message, and that goes on. This data, in some surfaces, creates a conversation that can be used to train future models. But that depends on the surface. Talking about Gemini, right? If you go to a Gemini app, for example, Gemini app will probably use your conversations to training following models. If you go to Vertex and you use Gemini directly on Vertex, Vertex is the enterprise solution. All the data that's used on Vertex is never used for training, right? Because that's an enterprise thing. So if you put your IP there, your private information from your company, this should never be used for training. So when you go to Vertex, you have that, you can, the agreements, right? There's terms of services for that on that surface, there is no training. But in other surfaces, yes, when you talk to the model, your conversation will help the model improve and learn more about, not you specifically. They don't train a model specifically per person. They train a model like, oh, this is how a conversation about dogs go by. And if the conversation ends well, it was, oh, this is a good one, so it can be used. The same for coding, same for image understanding, all of that.
Thank you very much. No. Thank you, Gus, for this
Thank you very much, Gus.
session.
I think we are done with the question. Yeah, we have still a few more, but they're running out of time.
I understand. Sorry for no time. Thank you. Okay.
Hello. I use
Hello.
Gem open models on my Mac for my everyday task. Can I build my own custom model top of the medical Gemma? Not from scratch, just want to add my own dataset to exist model. Is there any easy way to do this and self-host it?
Yes. So that's a great question. You can get MedGemma and further fine-tune for your specific use cases with your images from a specific area. Of course, we don't have all the images from all the areas there, but you can do that and then host wherever you want. Vertex would be better because they're my colleagues, right? But there's no problem at all. You would use something like VLLM for serving. or you can, for fine tune, you could use any of the open tools for fine tune, like Onslaught, Axotlo, whatever you want. It's all, you can use all of it. So yes, Medjama, you can further fine tune and self host on your machine or on a server. That's correct.
Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, we are all happy that we were listening from the direct source. As you understood, that the person who started to work on Gemma models and knows everything, almost everything, I learn more about Google's AI. So we are really lucky to have you, to host you, and hopefully we can host you in person one day. Welcome to the fest.
Thank you very much. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Thank
Yes.
you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.